Okay, so this is Ringwalk Media. It's a lovely Friday afternoon, just about, and we've managed to get hold of the public nuisance, Sean McComb. Nice to see you, my friend. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Hey,
It's a
you're very
pleasure.
welcome. Very welcome, mate. And you've got a busy week coming up next week. You're fighting in Birmingham on the Boxer Sky Sports card against Casey Benjamin, aren't you?
Yeah. Great fit. Great platform as well on Sky Sports. And one I'm really excited to conquer.
It's going to be a very, very good fight, this one, because Casey, of course, recently his last fight was against Dalton Smith for the British title, which he lost on points. You've come through an awful lot of good fights. You tend to go the distance as well, so the pair of you together, it sounds like it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, man, it's got the makings of a great fit. He's coming off a loss and he's going to come to win. He's gonna be dangerous and he's gonna want to upset and take my title away from me. But I've just been I'm doing everything in my power within my training camp, within my team, and sticking to my tactics to what I'm good at. Um, and I'm prepared for a good hard fight.
Of course, you just mentioned there your title. You're the current European super lightweight champion, which you won in your
Yeah,
last fight, and a great fight as well. Actually, God, that was a good
yeah,
one, wasn't it? That. Um,
yeah.
coming into the Sky Sports arena, the big arena, the TV cameras, do you think that's going to kind of phase you at all?
No, not really. I've been there before. Like as I said, I've never boxed on Sky Sports, but I've boxed in sold out home arenas. I've sold out. I've boxed in the Odyssey Arena, sold out, chief support, co-main event. Um, and it's the same setting for me. It's just another day at the office, and none of that will come into effect with me like, at all.
Yeah, that arena, it's the SSE arena in Belfast, isn't it? It's a huge arena.
Yeah, it's a big arena and it carries great atmosphere and the atmosphere in Belfast, I believe, is very different from everywhere else because we have like a massive boxing community here and it's proper boxing people. So I mean, the atmosphere is brilliant and like I enjoy every bit of it. So like this arena in Birmingham is not going to be anything new to me.
Yeah, and it's a cracking fight on paper. I think the pair of you, you've both got something to prove now because this is your opportunity to really put yourself on the map after a fairly good career. 15 fights, only one loss. I think he's had 16 and lost two, so you're both very, very similar in your careers. The winner's surely going to go on and really kick on. Maybe someone like Adam Azim would be next fight for the winner.
100%. Well, it's a it's a breakthrough fight for both of us. And I mean, I don't intend staying around European level. I want to push on and progress in my career. I'm 30 years old now, and I just want to progress and reach as far in this sport as I can. And I believe that that's world level, elite world level.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be a goal, and we'll talk a little bit about your goals in a minute because there's been a really nice, I think is the word, a nice documentary done on you over in Ireland, and you talk about your goals with your missile fit and your house and your family. So we'll talk about those in a minute, but I mean, your training camp, you've been all over the place, haven't you? We caught up with you a couple of weeks back over with Dave Caldwell. What's that been like in the camp this time?
Yeah, well, we've had great sparring. The thing is, in our gym in Ireland, it's a lot of southpaws. We're all southpaws. The majority of the fighters that come in our gym are all southpaws. So we know Casey Benjamin's an orthodox fighter, and we had to travel to get good orthodox sparring, which we did. We went to Huddersfield, we went to Dave Caldwell's gym in Rotherham, and then we went to Grant Smith's gym in Sheffield. So we got 3 days of great orthodox sparring,
Yeah.
um, and all getting good rounds. And I definitely feel a lot better coming off the back of those few days sparring, than what I did when I went sussing out the orthodox style and getting a good game plan in place.
And I think, I mean, we were lucky enough to see some of that sparring. Um, And looking back and watching your previous fight, you look so sharp right now.
Yeah, well, I feel it. I feel absolutely like my confidence is through the roof. I know exactly my style. I know my pace. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know how much levels and how much gears I'm able to go through at a time. And it's just come from repetition of sparring and sparring and sparring and training, and I've been with Pete Taylor now, who has a great understanding of me, and I have a great understanding of him, and we both work brilliantly together, and it's just something that I'm really looking forward to showcasing on a massive Sky Sports platform.
Yeah, and I think as far as TV goes, to watch that your fight on TV, I think it's going to show a different dimension to boxing that people haven't seen before. You are a very, very good fighter, and Casey Benjamin's not going to sit back. So I really think this is could possibly be the fight of the night. This one.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're looking on paper, right across the board of the whole show, it's the most 50-50 fight on the
Yeah,
show. The two different, complete opposite styles, one boxer, one fighter, aggressive, and one counter attacking. It's gonna be it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna have the makings of a smashing fight, and I'm fully prepared for it. I'm fully prepared to dig deep. I'm fully prepared that he's gonna come and come and come, and I know what I need to do, and I've worked on that relentlessly. And I mean, there's not one doubt in my mind that I can't do it. Do you know what I mean? That I
yeah.
can't do what I need to do to win that fight, and I'm really looking forward to it. As I say, I'm just very excited now.
Now, listen, just going back to what you mentioned before, you're with Peter Taylor over in Dublin. We've been over to that gym, and it's a cracking atmosphere. You've got some proper characters in that gym. Screamer, Big Mark. You've got, of course, some cracking boxers as well. Gary Cully, who's I think co-main event on the Katie Taylor fight in a couple of weeks' time,
Yeah.
and of course our friend Jazza Dickens as well. It's a great atmosphere for you guys to train in. Just tell us a little bit what it's like over there for people who don't know to train in that atmosphere with people like those guys.
It's you know what you've been there, Jonathan. You know what it's like. The boys are just they make it fun. They make training fun.
Yeah,
Um, and you have to enjoy it at the same time. Like it's only a sport at the end of the day. Although it's our livelihood, at the end of the day, you need to look at it as I need to enjoy this and I need to make the most of this. And then the lads bring a bit of crack to the gym.
not
When the
that.
sparring starts, we focus in. We know when to switch it on and when to switch it off, and everything that comes with it's just brilliant. It makes it enjoyable. It makes my life easier driving to Dublin every day for training when I know I can down and enjoy it. The training's brilliant, first class from Pete. The cracks first class from all the lads. The sparring's first class because you've got serious opposition. You've got, as you said, Jazza, Gary Cully, Tyrone McKenna, Simon Kelly. They're
Yeah,
like Paul Ryan. You've great fighters in the gym there, and we're all bringing each other on at a top level. And and it's a great atmosphere to be around.
yeah, it really is. And if you don't walk through the door and get the piss taken out of you in the first 5 minutes, then you're doing something wrong, aren't you, in that gym?
Yeah, there's something wrong. Exactly, 100%. As
Well, listen.
you well know anyway.
Oh, listen. Well, we're not even going into that. Um, so obviously your card on the 6th of May, it's a big occasion because it's the first outing for Joshua Boazzi under the Sky platform. What do you think of Joshua's fight? Is it going to be a good one?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a top fighter.
Yeah,
No doubt about that. And I think for his own career, I think he made the right move going with Sky Sports. Like he's going to be their main man now. I
yeah,
mean, he's pushing for world honors, and I think he's got the punch power to do it. He's got the style to do it. He's got the experience now to do it. And I think one or two more fights under Sky Sports or and Boxer, he can progress to world honors like and I think that's right where he belongs. He's a class fighter and he's a really nice, humble guy. It's
he is.
I mean he's a pleasure to the sport.
Yeah, it's going to be good to see him back out. He's probably especially enjoying himself. Obviously Matchroom is a great platform as well, but he just didn't seem to be comfortable over there. So I'm looking forward to seeing how well he does under the Sky Sports platform.
Yeah, me too. It's a great thing for Sky Sports as well. I mean, they've got a real headline fighter now, like a proper headline fighter who's ready to, like, obviously you have the big headline with Liam Smith and
Yeah.
Eubank. Now they've got Boatsy who can go on and do the same, fight at the same level of opposition and potential pay-per-views and 2 or 3 fights then. Um, so I mean, it's great for Sky Sports as well as it is for Joshua Boatsy.
Well, listen, I'm going to go backwards a little bit. We spoke earlier about your goals. There's a really great program being done on TG4 TV. It gives a bit of an insight into your personal life, I guess, and your upbringing as far as boxing is concerned, and your goals going forward. It's such a good watch. People have got to go and watch it because often than not, boxers don't really allow that kind of side of them to be shown. But you've had some goals, and it's really good to see you kind of achieve some of those goals. You know, you've got a new home, you've got a young baby now that's 2 years old, and you wanted your own gym. You've now got Missile Fit, which is absolutely brilliant and motivational.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about Missile Fit because from what I've seen online, it's really, really good.
Oh, it's a small group facility for small group training, personal training. We do the boxing classes as well as boxing boot camp classes as well as the small group facility downstairs, and we've got a really really good team around us. Like the coaches are first class. Myself and my business partner, my best friend Marty, we opened the gym during lockdown, which was probably a bit risky, but looking back now, it's all been worth it, and we help middle-aged people come in the environment they've probably never been in before, and the for me the pleasure I get from seeing growth from people who are completely intimidated going into the gym is massive because I've seen the difference in people's confidence. There's so much they're outgoing. We've built a wee community within the gym, and we're just growing and going from strength to strength, and it's just I couldn't encourage enough people to do it enough, especially middle-aged people who've never had the opportunity to step into the gym. Um, it's so welcoming, and it's an unbelievable atmosphere. And and as I said, it's an absolute pleasure for me and the coaches to see the growth of these people from in the space of 4 weeks' time.
And it must be satisfying for yourself to be achieving these goals in your life, things that you've written down a few years ago that are actually happening now.
Yeah, 100%. Like as it says in the little documentary, I I didn't. My goal wasn't to open a gym now or anytime remotely close to when I wrote that down. It was for something for me to fall back on after boxing.
Yeah.
Something to keep my feet on the ground. Um, and Marty, I wasn't even qualified as a personal trainer yet at the time. Lockdown came, uncertainty came. I didn't know when I was going to be fighting. I didn't know how often I was going to get paid. I didn't know what was going on. And Marty was just qualified personal trainer, my business partner, and he pitched it to me, and he was like, "Let's open a gym." I was like, "I'm not even qualified." He's like, "So what? We'll just open a gym together," and we done so, and like that was one of the goals that I had set for after boxing, which happened so soon, and then within that same time frame, um, Dervla, my partner, fell pregnant during lockdown, and then it was just
You've had a
all
busy
everything that
lockdown,
I
haven't
wrote
you,
down.
mate?
I didn't look back on these until I was still training in Glasgow at the time with Danny Vaughan,
Yeah.
and I wrote them in a book over there, just in my little diary that I wrote down, which I would like to achieve. Um, and at the time when I wrote these down, it was probably around 2019. I didn't even have, I was single basically. I didn't have a gym. It was just me and boxing. That's all I had my focus on. But they were just long term goals. I wanted to buy a home. I wanted to have a partner. I wanted to have a baby. I wanted to open my own gym. And within the course of 16, 17 months, I had all of them together in one go. And I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" But I wasn't until I went back and looked at my goals when I was leaving Glasgow. I switched camp to Pete Taylor at this stage. Then after my fight with Kevin Gwynn, I went back to get all my belongings in Glasgow, and my diary was one of the belongings. And I looked through it, and I was like, "Whoa!" That's when it all clicked on me, and I was like, "Jesus, I've achieved all these in 17 months."
Not
And
bad, is it?
it was actually a 5 year goal plan, and here we are. Raven, I've got them all ahead of me. I've booked my wedding. We've bought a house. I've got a gym. I've got a 2 year old son, and I've got a European title, and pushing on as much now as I can towards the top. That's a new goal set. World champion.
That's a pretty big goal because there's some big names in your weight category.
I'm well aware of that, and I don't believe for 1 second that I don't belong amongst them.
Well, I hope that second dream comes true because you're a good lad, and it's really nice to see people, doing well in a sport that's not easy at all. People don't realise they see the glitz and the glamour on the TV, but they don't realise what it's like coming up in a boxing environment. It's very, very tough. You set a long time away from your families. There is no money in boxing until you get to this sort of level. It starts to now pay off, but you've been doing this since you were a kid. So,
Yeah,
this is now your time to shine, as they say. Um, got to ask you, obviously, you mentioned there previously Liam Smith and Chris Eubank Jr. too has just been announced. It was hotly tipped that maybe Chris Eubank would fight Conor Benn, but that's not happened. Um, what do you make of that second fight? Do you think it's a fight that should be happening, or is this purely a money fight or an ego fight for the fighters?
I don't know. Well, you know what? See, for the first fight, I fancied Liam Smith. I fancied. I thought he would win. Um, the second fight, I still believe the same. I know there's a rematch clause
Yeah,
within the contract, and they're just fulfilling that rematch clause. Yes, they're getting a lot of money. Liam Smith, obviously, he would probably like to push on and potentially win a world title or go and fight for a world title because after beating Eubank, he belongs at that level.
yeah.
But with John Ryder fighting Canelo, Liam's already fought Canelo. It's just another fight, and it's another step in the right direction. But he has to wait until the timing's right, which I believe fighting Eubank again is why not get paid, fulfill the rematch clause, get paid good money, beat Eubank again, and then take your opportunity when the opportunity comes for a world title shot against the right opposition. And I mean, boxing's business, and that's what it is.
I mean, it was a cracking night. We were there, ringside. Very lucky as media, we get great seats, and we were able to obviously speak to you guys, all the boxers afterwards, and
Yeah,
it was an absolutely superb. I've never seen that arena that busy. I've never seen it.
yeah,
There were over 20,000 people in that arena. Um,
unbelievable.
it was a phenomenal one. If it happens again, fair credit to Boxer and to Wasserman for making that fight for the second time. There's coming
Yeah,
towards the end, but I want to touch on one of your stablemates, Jazza Dickens. He's had a bit of an up and down couple of weeks. It
yeah,
looked like he was going to be fighting Josh Warrington. Josh came and offered him the fight. He agreed to everything, and then some reason wanted to go off and fight an unranked fighter. That fight now seems to have stalled and is not happening. So Josh is now still without a fight. Jazza is still without a fight. Why can they not make that fight? Because it's the fight that would be brilliant for both boxers. I just don't understand why that fight can't get made.
Uh, there's only one reason why it can't be made, and it's because the fighter doesn't want it. He doesn't want
Yeah,
the fight. I don't understand why NXT sent out the feelers asking for the fight and then says no. A similar thing happened to me with O'Hara Davies. They sent me a contract and stuff. I signed it,
yeah,
and the fight didn't happen. He went and fought a non-ranked Spanish fighter. Same situation. And I feel for Jazza because Jazza really deserves that opportunity. He's been knocking on the door for so long now, and domestically he belongs like right up with them guys.
yeah.
Warrington and the Lee Boos. He's beat Lee Boo before, and and it's only a matter of time. It's one breakthrough fight for Jazza, and he's right up there with all top guys. Um, for whatever reason, it's not happening. I don't know, but like boxers, especially the likes of Warrington, who is a proud, like solid, recognized world champion, should be taking these fights, um, with that fighter's mentality of
Yeah,
let's do it. Let the best fight the best, and domestically, they're the two best at the minute.
yeah,
So
I agree.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. Both fighters have no fight dates. Uh, Just get it on. It'll sell out. It will sell out.
Well, maybe. I mean, I think Josh Warrington's fight fell through yesterday. It's not been confirmed that yet because it was never confirmed he was fighting the guy, but we hear behind the scenes that's the case. So maybe Jazz has got another little
100%.
possibility that fight can be made. I know that Eddie Hearn wanted to make that fight. I know that Tony Bellew wanted to make that fight. I know that I think it was Josh's dad Sean wanted to make that fight. So
Yeah,
there's a possibility that fight can be made for boxing fans more than anything. That fight will be an absolute storming fight if they can make that fight.
yeah, 100%. And like I know Sean. Sean's a straight up boxing
He
guy,
is. It's a proper boxing
and
guy.
so is Josh. So it doesn't make sense unless it's a management for whatever management have and whatever Josh's management team have in mind. I don't know, but like blind guy can see that it's the best fit for both fighters at this stage of their careers,
Yeah,
and there's no way that any other fight apart from a world title fight would make sense.
yeah,
So the only reason you would ever turn that fight down was if you get offered to fight for a world title.
yeah. I agree. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed for young Jazza and for Josh because that would be a good fight for both of those fellas. Well, listen, your fight 6th of May next week. When are you coming over to Birmingham? Monday, Tuesday?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't sent details of what's happening. I imagine potentially Wednesday, Thursday morning maybe, and maybe do a press conference then way on Friday. I'm not sure yet of the itinerary, but I'm sure they'll send it across over the weekend.
Yeah.
I've put a ticket order and stuff in for a few traveling fans from Belfast and
Got some
Dublin.
crazies
So
coming, have you?
yeah, a few crazies coming over to make some noise. So I'm really looking forward to putting on a show for them people coming over here, spending the hard earned money to come watch me. And as I say, it's always appreciated to have a bit of support behind you. Goes a
Well, I think
long
it's going
way.
to be a cracking night. It's at the Birmingham Resorts World Arena. It's a great
Yeah.
arena. I've got a funny feeling a certain Adam Azim will be watching this fight very, very closely because I think that would be a cracking fight for the winner, Adam. I think that would be a great fight. We wish you all the best in this fight, mate. Both fighters come out safe as well, and enjoy it over there. It's a great platform for you to showcase your skills. We know this will be a good fight, probably the fight of the night, and we hope you do you well and step onto that next stage, mate.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Jonathan.
All right, mate. Great to see you.
You too, mate. Speak soon.